So now I'm like, did he sleep with Kai? Hey guys, welcome to our channel. If you are new, if you are not new, welcome back, Sugar and Spice gang. I am Suga. This is my best friend, Spice. And welcome to our channel. Today we will be reviewing Put a Ring on It Season 2, Episode 5. But before we get into that, if you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't, come on, look at this.
And on my mama, we lit!
Come on. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can get notified whenever we do new videos and chill with your besties. Come on now. Also, make sure you follow us on all our socials at Sugar and Spice 88 on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. Okay, let's get into it.
So, we pick up where we left off, and Darion done chased Alexia, trying to get her to come back in after she done stomped out. So finally, Alexia comes back in, and then Alexia's like, you know what, Darion, he just doesn't get it. He just don't understand. And Dr. Nicole's like, help me get it. Let me understand.
Help us all.
Help us all understand. So Lex is just like, you know what, at the end of the day, his actions are speaking louder than his words. And she's just not telling us pretty much what's the issue. But the issue is that she's jealous that he's going on repeat dates with Kai. That's it.
She says that I'm here to help our relationship. Darion just want to date Kai. That's what he came here for. I'm like, girl, that doesn't even make sense. He didn't even know he was going to meet Kai.
Right.
When he came into this process, he was in the same thought process as you. He was like, we're just here to work with our, help with our relationship. I'm not going to meet anybody that's going to make me change my mind about her. Like, let's get to this work.
Right.
They thought they was going to get some free therapy. Y'all are still not understanding this process. Y'all are not taking this process for what it is. It's a make or break process.
Right.
It's not just, oh, let's come get this therapy, girl. It's a make or break, meaning this process is putting your relationship kind of through the ringer a little bit. It's kind of giving you a little extra nudge that might take longer in the real world. You're getting this extra nudge to force y'all into the situation where you might meet somebody that you like and see how you move from there. It's a little unorthodox, but that's the process you signed up for. It's kind of like you wanted to you got like a leak in your house and you're just like, man, slap a little glue on there, something, seal that up, a little spackle, and we gonna be fine. And the plumber's like, no, girl, it's some mold in here. It's some real life damage. There's an extra leak. Matter of fact, it's another pipe burst over here. You're gonna have to knock this whole thing down.
Yep.
Y'all came in here. That's what this was. It was like an appraisal on your relationship to see how much issues are going on, and then it's like the deeper you dig, you find out more and more stuff. Y'all thought y'all was gonna come in here and slap a band-aid on it.
That ain't happened.
You should have been a little more realistic about the process, girl. I mean, this is season 2. Y'all saw what happened the first one. Hello.
Dr. Suga ain't playing with y'all today, y'all. Y'all better come get these jewels. Okay.
Gas me up!
So then Dr. Nicole comes and she starts talking in circles. Dr. Nicole talked about 14 years is a nice long time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going on a date with somebody
That's right.
that you might have liked more
Okay.
from the last time.
Uh-huh.
And forever is a nice long time.
Amen.
What is going on? Dr. Nicole, what are you talking about? I am sick of this.
I'm not sure if this is what she was trying to say, but what I gathered from that was basically like, Alexia, you're like holding onto him so tight that the thing that you're afraid of, you're trying to keep him from, but it's here. He found somebody that he really, really likes that he thinks could possibly make him change the way he feels about you or in the relationship, right? This could happen in the real world. So right now you're in a controlled environment where he's coming back into group therapy. You guys are talking about your issues. Dr. Nicole is here to help you. And basically he's telling you what's going on. He's telling you his feelings about this girl. He's telling you what they're doing on their dates. In the real world, if he runs into a girl that he likes and he realizes like, oh shoot, I really like her. Like she's might in this kind of relationship we got going on, he probably ain't gonna tell you all. He's not gonna tell you all that. He's not gonna come home and tell you, yeah, I met this girl. I'm starting to catch feelings for her, and yeah, I snuck and went out, and like it would be more of a sneaky situation as opposed to right now. Again, highly unorthodox. I don't know if I would recommend it for anyone, but hey, I'm not a doctor. I don't freaking know. Right. But I think what she was basically trying to say is like, attack this head on. Whatever you're scared of, losing him, whatever is here is right here, and y'all could either work on it, and plus, there's no guarantee that that's gonna happen. It's just he met somebody he liked. So just go through the process
instead of
as
trying
opposed
to
run away from it. Yeah, and
Mm.
then it can still happen anyway, and without Dr. Nicole's help, and without you knowing what's going on in his head, because you already see how the man communicate. Good
True.
Lord, you can't. You need a translator.
Yeah, you do.
He has, regardless, he's gonna have the opportunity to make whatever choice he want to make. You can't guilt him. You can't force him into making the choice that you want him to make. He's gonna make the choice that he wanted to make,
Let him
that
do
he
it.
wants to make for himself. So
Just let
you
it
don't
happen.
got no choice, regardless, girl. You might as well, yeah.
True. Thanks for breaking it down to us, Dr. Sugar. Because
Listen.
when I said I didn't know what the hell Dr. Nicole was talking, I didn't know what she was talking about. So then Dr. Nicole says that Eric and LaRonda not going on dates again this week. And I'm just trying to figure out
What are we doing
why.
with this?
Like, where's the roster at? Like,
if the connection, finding a connection with someone is part of the process, why are you delaying that? Why are you taking that away from
to be lined up?
You understand
okay?
me?
Ready for me on deck, Dr. Nicole.
How
Where my
many
date
days
at?
it was in this process? That's how many dates y'all should have had preloaded
Yes.
for me.
Y'all not prepared. So then Lex says, you know what? Now we're leaving and everything's registering with me, and I'm pissed. Girl, what? Girl, listen. Lex is not being honest with herself. She's not being honest with Dr. Nicole. She's not being honest about the process. Lex needs to really come to terms with what she wants out of this, because it's seeming like she just wants to throw a Band-Aid on it and get married. And you're going to have some real problems if that's your motive in this situation. So then we go into Darion and Lex's home, and Darion decides that he wants to apologize to Lex. He says, Lex, I want to apologize. But when I apologize, I want you to also apologize to me so that we can apologize to each other. Okay? All right. I want to apologize for when Dr. Nicole asked me about Kai, I answered speedily and hastily about how I would want to proceed with Kai. I also answered honestly, but then I feel like my honesty was not respected. Okay, see, now you done took it left.
That's your apology?
What kind of apology was that?
When he said he apologized to get an apology, I already knew where this was going.
It
I
was
was like, this is
problematic AF. So then Lex is like, okay, well, my feelings were really my feelings. And, I had to let you know how I felt about what was going on. I don't care about Kai. I care about not being the priority. I thought that you were going to put me first, but it seems like you're putting this situation first over me. And I don't appreciate that.
When she says, those were my honest feelings, he said, well, you was thinking. So when you express your real feelings, you need her to respect it.
Right.
But when she expresses her real feelings, she thought wrong.
Listen, Lex is in her confession. She said, you know what? I'm about to get ready for this date. I'm going to actually take this process for what it is. I'm going to make sure I have a good time on my date. And I'm going to actually be invested into really enjoying myself.
Which
and
you from the jump.
Okay. Yeah, should have did it from the beginning, Lex.
Then Alexia goes on her date with Monty. Monty's in his late 30s. And he says he hasn't made a connection with anyone yet. And that's why he's single. Mm-hmm. So he sets up a very cute,
it was cute,
basketball date. Chairs, dinner, champagne on the basketball court. So they can hoop and then eat.
Right.
That was dope.
I thought so.
So then when they sit down and he says, so what are you looking to get out of this experience? She says that, I'm just focusing on myself. He said, oh yeah, self-love. I'm working on myself too. He says that he's been divorced for 3.5 years. He has a little girl who also likes to play ball, and that's basically his area of focus right now.
So then he asks, so what's going on in your relationship? And Lex is just like, boom, nothing. I don't want to talk about it.
Finally!
Shut down. She don't want to even give him a little bit. I'm just like, okay, this is progress. Because the last 2 days, all you wanted to do was talk about Darion. This day, you don't want to talk about him at all. And he continues, and they have a good conversation. Lex goes into her confessional. See, Monty, he is a good conversationalist. He has some intelligence to him. And Darion, he gonna have to bring his A game if he wants to compete with Monty.
We were rooting for you. We were rooting for you.
Let down.
She just constantly focuses on Darion, and that's why she can't get it through her head that Darion's just going through the process, because she's like, no, I'm focused on him. He's supposed to be focused on me. No, you're here. You chose the process. You're supposed to go through the process. Focus on yourself for once, and go through the process and see how it goes. It's not a competition.
You just scream self-love. You still worry about the next man. You ain't talking about him, but you're still worried about Darion. So it's not real.
Hello. So they're having a really good time. The conversation is flowing. And in her confessional, Alexia says, Monty allowed me to be who I wanted to be. And I feel like that's really important because, some people were saying like, Alexia is too harsh or too masculine. And Spice said a very good point that Darion doesn't allow her to flourish in that femininity. So, he makes it difficult for her because able to be in that space where you feel just soft, you have to be able to be vulnerable. Vulnerability requires comfortability. So if you're not making it comfortable for me, it also requires security. If you're not making me feel safe and secure, I can't be vulnerable with you. So she is so tough because she feels like she has to be. She's always on guard. She doesn't know what he has going on. You already see he doesn't communicate with her well. Instead of feeling like we're on a team, we're in this together, he leaves her out there on the island by herself. She doesn't know what the heck he's doing. She's just left with her mind to wander. What's going on? What's he doing? What's he thinking? How does he feel about us? She doesn't even know.
Miserable.
That's a miserable way to be.
She got no kids with him. He has 3 kids with the other women. She's not married. They've been together for 14 years. Like, can you this is too much. And I'm supposed to how is my femininity supposed to flourish? How
soft and just gentle am I supposed to be when I feel like you don't even have my back?
No.
So, you are you, but also being around, you have to be careful who you're around, who you're in a relationship with, because it can affect the way you become. It can harden you or make you feel a certain way and mold to your surroundings. Because if she was just so thug life, I don't think he would have been attracted to her in the first place. So it's not like she was just always out here just being so guarded. She became that way. But Darion is not looking at it from that perspective.
And that's a good point for just in relationships in general. If you ever feel like being in a relationship is changing who you are at its core, I'd rather exit stage left before I turn into somebody that I'm not, which is, a miserable, hard, mean, upset, easily angered version of myself. I don't want to be that person. I want to be happy, free, fun, loving, because that's who I am naturally at my core. If you're not bringing that out of me, then you need to go somewhere else, and so do I.
Message.
Because you could be the softest, kindest, nicest person walking into a relationship.
Yes.
But if they lie to you, cheat on you, gaslight you, and, abuse you, you will come out on the other side something else.
Yes.
So if you feel somebody bringing you outside of your character or bringing out the crazy, just go ahead and say it's a no for me. So Jessica goes on her new date with Sean. They meet and they're taking shots.
Yeah, tequila date.
Yeah,
which I made for.
Please! The lies! Give her a wine cooler and she's out. It's just like she lying all over the place.
You lying. Go ahead, girl.
Anyway, all right, lightweight. So
can you tell the truth for once? Your own people. Your own people.
I'm always gonna tell you the truth. Jessica meets up with her date, Sean. They go into a restaurant. They're taking shots. So they start talking. Sean just really seems enamored with her look.
Yeah.
You can tell. He's like, wow, look at you. Good Lord. She says that, so if I were single, would I be the top priority in your life? What kind of question is that?
You would be the priority in my life, Jessica.
What?
Oh.
Y'all met 2.5 seconds ago. Then we find out that he also has 2 kids, 2 girls.
2 daughters.
And we also find out that Jessica has 2 girls.
Who knew?
So she would be top priority in your life?
While you have a 6 and a 3-year-old daughter?
Okay.
I think it's weird that Jessica and Eric have children in their relationship, and both of their biggest issues with each other is that the conversation does not have any depth. And I'm just like, how much more deeper can you go when you have children, literally children, that he's a stepfather to? So what are you guys not talking about for you guys to feel like you don't have any depth when you literally have like a family pretty much within your relationship? So why is there a conversation of there's not enough depth?
So then, pop an Advil, y'all, because I can't. Darion meets up with Dr. Nicole 101. Darion says, Dr. Nicole, I need your help. My tactics are not working. Right? He says that, I'm having a hard time seeing when she's hurt. She's so tough. She played tough so hard. It's hard to see when she's hurt. Dr. Nicole says she ain't playing. She probably feels like she needs to be tough.
Right. And how is she so tough when she just walked out the other day when you said you was going to go on a 4th date with Kyle?
So Dr. Nicole says you see her act that way and be emotional, but then you're still sitting there saying, I don't understand. He's like, yeah, I don't.
Because if she go home and she talking about she don't care, you know she cares.
Dr. Nicole says, why would somebody need to do that? Why would they feel like they need to say they don't care or be tougher or seem tougher than they are in a situation?
Is it because she needs to protect herself?
It was like talking to a 5-year-old. Dr. Nicole's like, yes, Darion, good job. I'm like, oh my gosh, the struggle child. She says, so you want to feel connected to her without the tough exterior, but if you were really paying attention to her, you really saw her for the person that she is and all that she is, how did you miss the fact that she's hurt? And on top of that, why are you not understanding why she feels like she needs to be so tough? He says, I know how I missed it. It's because I'm a verbal person, right? So I just expect her to be verbal. But it don't go down like that sometimes. Darion, not only are you an extremely verbal person, you're so verbal to the point where it doesn't allow her to be verbal. You talk over her. You just constantly just keep talking. She can't even get a word in.
She can't.
When she does slide on up in there and get a word in, what do you tell her? No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
You're a liar.
Wow.
So
Accurate.
At what point does she have the ability to be able to communicate with you? I'm trying to figure out. I don't know how you missed that. And maybe you might be a little self-absorbed there, brother. You might be a little too involved in your own world that you just completely missed the fact that that's happening.
Exactly. So then Dr. Nicole says, you need to create a safe place for her. You need to create a safe place so that she can be able to let down her armor. And so that you can get the less tough side of Lex that you really want. So we start the next day. It is Sean and Brittany. They get something to eat. They get something to drink. So then Brittany says, so why'd you decide to bring me on a 3rd date? And Sean is like, honestly, I had some trouble with it. I was about to not bring you on this 3rd date, to be honest with you. But, I reasoned with it and I said, I'm going to do it. And then Brittany is like, is this a little tough for
Why
you?
are y'all getting like validation off of making somebody else's relationship more difficult?
Right. And we can even go back into like the car situation where LaRonda and Sean were in the car, and LaRonda's, I guess, reservation is that Sean has never been faithful to anybody in his past. She's the first person that he has been 100% faithful to. And she feels like, should I be giving him this much leeway if he don't even trust himself? So, Brittany trying to get her throat slit. Like, girl, calm down. Because what you're not going to do is toy with the notion of taking this man from this woman. Just focus on your connection. Stop trying to focus on destroying something
How
that
their
he has
partner
going on.
feels.
Yeah. And that's the issue with these dates. Like, they just so preoccupied with the other person in the relationship.
Also, Sean never being 100% faithful in a relationship, kind of now, even though it's excessive, explains his reaction to me, his reactions to LaRonda going out on dates, and his fear of her leaving him or somebody taking her away. It's like, when you've been doing your dirt for so long, he's scared of that karma coming back to get him, because he know what he was out here doing, and he's seen it on the other hand, how it made these women feel, how it hurt their feelings, seen them crying probably. So now it's like, your fear is like, yo, what if that happens to me? What if she meets a guy she really likes and she just run off into the sunset like I did to all these other women?
That part.
So that's why he's over there getting sick.
Dr. Suga in the house.
Dang, he really, is my karma about to come back? That's crazy.
He's just waiting for the days. Yeah, but also, too, it's just the fact that, you've never been faithful, you've never been trustworthy, so how can you trust someone else if you've never been trustworthy? So
and a lot of people do that. People who are not trustworthy themselves, they try to flip it on their partner and be like, well, what are you doing? Are you cheating? It's like, no. So then Brittany says, so hypothetically, could you possibly see us together in the future? He's like, I'm not going to answer that because I feel like it's disrespectful to my current relationship. So,
but he does say he sees a connection. He sees the compatibility, and then Brittany is like, so is there going to be a fourth date?
This is killing me.
Oh my God. He just says, let me process this right now. Okay, let me process.
So Jessica and Eric meet up with Dr. Nicole, and basically we get a look behind their relationship a little more. Jessica explains about a year ago, Eric retired fully from football, and he was having a hard time transitioning, not being able to do what he loved to do, and she felt something. So she asked him, are you happy? He says no. So she says, well, I guess we need to break up then. If you're not happy, why am I here?
Right.
So during their break, she starts dealing with another professional athlete. So now Eric is saying that he feels some type of way about that, and it happened too quick. She must have been cheating the whole time, and okay, Mr. Faithful out here in these streets.
I know, right?
Mr. Perfect.
My pot calling the kettle black. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, she may have been entertaining the guy while y'all was in a relationship, but the only reason why she was entertaining him was because you were already unfaithful in the relationship. So that leaves room and a window open in the relationship for her mind to feel like she needs to secure something else just in case she does end up leaving you behind because you can't act right. If you was acting right,
you already admitted that you were unfaithful the whole first year of your relationship. And I don't even believe that, because so you just cheat, and the cutoff point is right here.
Nah, you've been cheating and you was still cheating, especially when you was going through this hard time. But, you want to be able to do what you want to do, but you don't want her to be able to do.
You just can't take the tradition.
Pretty much. He was like, he just feels like she's just trying to have something in the background just in case they don't work out. But at the same time, she wants you to put a ring on it and you don't. So do you want to be with her or not? She's telling you what she needs. You're not giving it to her. So yeah, a plan B is necessary.
I just think it's interesting that he's trying to, make her seem like the bad guy when she talked to this. She went and physically saw this guy and entertained this guy when you guys were broken up.
Yeah.
You were in the relationship doing stuff and you're like, oh, how
now
dare
he can't get past it. So then Dr. Nicole says, you play football, right? Okay. So the cheerleaders, listen.
Okay, Dr. Seuss, like.
Dr. Nicole, she keeps taking me on these journeys. All right.
Some of her analogies be on point, and then the last 2 hours, like, where we going?
So you ever see a cheerleader do a split? Okay. Well, you can't walk while you're in a split at the same time. So you can't straddle yourself in this relationship, because if you're straddling, you're not gonna get to where you need to be. What? Let's move on. So we start off this next scene with Kai and Darion. They go on their date. In her confessional, Kai is like, listen, you know, me and Darion, we've been going on these dates, and at this point, he's going to need to make a choice, whether he wants to be with her or whether he wants to be with me. He is with her. Whether he wants to be with her or he is with her. That's his girlfriend. What are you talking about?
I told y'all that girl wasn't right.
So then she's like,
I like you.
Okay.
And
How far does that light go?
it can go somewhere if you allow it. But you're not trying to allow it because you're still holding on to something that you might need to let go.
I gotta respect your feelings. At the same time, respect my situation.
You steady trying to respect a situation that's not trying to respect you. You steady trying to be considerate of her feelings. Not one time have you thought about my feelings.
Darion, this is your fault.
yes.
You made this girl feel so important.
So
And you
entitled.
told her so much of your business with Alexia.
Pillow
that
talking.
now she feels like she knows everything about the dynamics of your relationship. And she feels like she has the right to tell you need to leave Alexia and be with her.
You built her head up so big, gassed her up so much. She out here making herself look crazy. Crazy. You worried about her feelings, but you ain't worried about mine. Yo, Kai is saying this like it's making sense. Kai, this is his 4th date with you. He has 14 years with Lex. Like do you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth?
If he felt like he was just so enamored with you after 4 dates, after being with this girl for 14 years, that he just had to make a choice, he would have did that on his own, sis. You coming in there and telling him what he needs to do. First of all, you don't even know him. You about to write a check your behind can't cash.
Right.
Because once you really be in a relationship with this man, you see how he communicates and he disappearing for 2 days. We'll see how much the grass is greener.
Right.
But I love her.
You can love someone from a distance.
Girl.
What? You trying to get pops?
Listen,
Are you crazy?
Listen, Kai, woo!
Now,
woo.
Darion, right? It was just so fun and free with Kai. It was just so fun, right? You see, she trying to make you choose after 4 dates, right? Imagine being in a relationship with her.
If I let you go, what am I gonna do? Who am I gonna talk to?
What am I gonna do? Like,
You're
what am I gonna
still
do?
Reinforcing this girl. You're still making her feel more important than she actually is.
But
Like you.
I'm not here to be your help. I am not the help. Does this look like the help? Does this look like the help?
I'm not the help. Do I look like the help? Kai, sit down.
Do you want to see if the grass is greener on the other side or not?
Kai showing her whole behind.
Yo, what do you think
Her
you
whole-
are? You signed up for this process where you knew you were basically, I don't want to say side piece, but you was on the side. You
Yeah.
was coleslaw.
You're kind of,
So-
you are the help technically, because you're here to see, for them to help, let them know where this relationship gonna go.
Now because you have feelings, now he's supposed to throw away his feelings and years with Alexia because you feel like you like him now.
Are you gonna see if the grass is greener on the other side or not?
And then what if it's not? Let's say y'all known each other for a month. Let's say y'all known each other for 2 months. You still do not know each other. Crazy.
So then Darion's like, yo, like, she coming at me hard. She's giving me all this pressure. She's giving me ultimatums. Like, now he's seeing another side of Kai that he hasn't seen before. So,
Kai, do you really want a man that would jump ship after 14 years just like that?
I mean, come on. I guess she just think that she just got
it like that.
Yeah, like he'll do it for her, but he won't do it to her. And it's usually, that's not how
Woo.
it works. That's not how it works. So then we go to Dr. Nicole's, office. So we start off with Sean and Brittany. So Sean says that Brittany actually missed her show, or no, she missed her bus to get to her show because she wants to take, you know, the date with him into consideration and, you know, explore that. So then Sean comes out the side of his neck talking about something. I almost was about to get in the car and drive her to Florida. Boy, what are you talking about? LaRonda says, see, this is what's frustrating. You out here talking about something. You about to go drive somebody to Florida that you done been on dates with, and like, where do I fit in this whole situation? And that's what Sean does. He likes to make sure that everybody around him is good, and sometimes that comes at a cost to her. Then Dr. Nicole. Dr. Nicole. I don't know what's going on with Dr. Nicole this episode. Have you ever heard of poison ivy? because with poison ivy, you don't want it growing everywhere. You want poison ivy to grow on a specific trail. Just say have some respect in your relationship, and we could call it a day. Woo! So then Dr. Nicole asked Sean, does he want to go on another date with Brittany? And he said, I find myself just wanting to rush home to LaRonda, so no.
Then we go to Alexia. Alexia is just, oh, my day was amazing. It was a movie. He's so articulate and intelligent, and it's just, and so Darion, how do you feel about that?
Cool. I think that's great. I'm happy she enjoyed herself.
Have fun, shorty. He was like, I don't care.
Dr. Nicole is like, so do you want to go on a second date with Monty? And then Les is like, I would love to go on a second date with Monty. Darion, how do you feel about that?
Have fun.
I hope she has a great time.
Okay.
Pretty much. Then Jessica says she had a great time with Sean. She said that they vibed well. They had a good time, good conversation, the whole nine. How do you feel about that, Eric? Eric says, if she like it, I love it. So then, would you like to go on another date with Sean? And then Jessica's like, she would love to go on another date with Sean. So it's Darion's turn. He expresses that he had a good time with Kai like he usually does. And he said that he doesn't feel like it would be wise for him to go on a fifth date with Kai because there will be direct repercussions and consequences if he decides to do so. Lex says, listen, whatever he wants to do, that's his decision. He made that decision all by himself.
She just made it seem like
I didn't ask him to do none of that.
What? You don't want to go on another date?
I have nothing to do with that.
I'm just as surprised as you guys that he made this decision.
I had nothing to do with it.
I didn't know. Girl, you was throwing fits. You was crying. You was yelling.
Having a whole outburst. Walked out the session. You didn't tell him not to go on another date with Kai? Okay. Dr. Nicole gets involved and she's like, you know what? At the end of the day, all these short-term solutions that you got going on is an attempt of control. You keep trying to control this situation. Your attempt for control is not going to get you what you really want out of this experience.
Which is what I think she was trying to say the first time.
Right. And your short-term attempts is not going to lead to a long-term gain.
You're going to get short-term satisfaction from him not going on another date with Kai.
Yep.
But you're not going to get any long-term satisfaction because the relationship may not work out and he might end up in this situation again anyway in the real world. So.
Exactly. So then Dr. Nicole says, well, since Darion doesn't want to go on another date with Kai, I want Darion to go on a date with you, Lex. And Lex is like, nah, I'm good on that. I ain't feeling Darion.
Right. So you don't want him to go out on a date with Kai. You don't want him to go out on a date with anybody, really, but you don't want to go out on a date with him either. Like, what do you want?
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking maybe Darion didn't come home. Maybe she thinks that him and Kai might have done something. So now at this point, she's not feeling him because she feels like he did something.
It's a possibility.
And that's why she's like kind of like writing him off right now, because other than that, it don't seem like you got what you wanted, but you're still mad. And then she ends off by saying she feels like Darion is using this process to get away with whatever he's doing, might still be doing, or whatever he's done. So now I'm like, did he sleep with Kai? Thank you guys for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. When you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can know when we drop a new video. Also, Also, if you haven't already, please follow us on all of our social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok at Suga and Spice 88. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.
Good morning.
Good energy.
Today we gonna spread
Good energy.
Today we gonna share
Good energy.
I go to work.
Today gonna be a great day.
Good
Wake
energy.
up, thank God, drink water, meditate.
Good
First
energy.
5 minutes will dictate your whole day.
Good
All
energy.
about that positivity and raising up your frequency.
Good
If you
energy.
negative, you will get removed immediately.
Good
Say
energy.
eat clean, alkaline, nourishing.
Good
What you
energy.
put